We're going to do some readings today. It is a special occasion. It is the summer solstice. This is when the days get longer. So the sun stays up longer. Okay. Sun, yeah, pretty much daylight. Daylight is I think, yeah, daylight. Daylight is the sun doesn't set until like what? Late? Anyway, happy summer solstice to you guys, okay? We're going to do some readings and I'm going to start off. We're just going to test kind of the temperature. And we're going to call to my spirit guides for protection and guidance. And by the way, if you guys want personal private readings, you can visit divineservicesapothecary.com, which is my link tree. You can also Venmo me. And I do accept Cashapp as well. Okay. All right. I'm going to start with a few love oracle cards to kind of see what energies and vibrations that we're going to get out of my love oracle, because this is going to be just pretty much random for anybody that is supposed to receive these messages. Okay, what messages do you have for and from the love oracle? Let's see, nothing is jumping out and grabbing me. Okay, so the ecstasy card comes up, but it is inverted. The open heart comes up. The karma card comes up inverted. And then the peace card comes up. So right now, what I can tell by these four cards already is that there are those of you that are in love, or at least trying to experience love with a person. A lot of you guys are in love. The open heart card, the key words for that is receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. And then the peace card is for balance, harmony, and friendship. Okay. Now the ecstasy card and the karma card comes up in the inverted position. The key words for the ecstasy card is chasing thrills, excitement, and good time. So I feel like a lot of you guys have unexpected feelings for someone. Or I feel like this ecstasy card can represent somebody is obsessed with you. This is so weird. I'm not reading for myself, I promise. And the karma card, the key words for this card is consequences, cause and effects, and debts. So that lets me know that a lot of you guys are trying to move on with this person, but you have a stalker. Somebody from the past will not leave you alone. Go figure. This is actually happening to a lot of people. This is actually happening to a lot of people. Actually, okay? So I'm not reading for myself. It's kind of in a sort of way happening for me, but not really. Let's throw some tarot cards. What messages do you have from the tarot for whoever needs to receive these messages? Okay. Yep, we got the Four of Pentacles comes up inverted. Somebody, you're dealing with some narcissistic nutcase that won't let you go. Then we got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright position. You guys are definitely strong enough to get through this. I feel like I'm either talking to Capricorns or either you're dealing with a Capricorn person. What's after that one? Well, the Sun card comes up inverted. Could be dealing with a Leo energy. I really feel strongly that you have an ex-husband, a baby daddy that won't let you go. They just will not let you go. Yep, Four of Swords, and there's a war. Four of Swords comes up in the upright position. Somebody definitely with an attachment to you. Um, Let me show you guys real quick. Not camming up right now at the moment, but let me show you guys something real quick. So here are the oracle cards that came up, and then here are the tarot cards so far that I've pulled. Now, if you notice in this sun card, somebody is definitely trying to stay attached that you don't want to be attached to. See that cord between those two people? Yeah. So there's like a war that's going on. Okay. Something that you need to protect yourself from, something that you're protecting yourself from. And believe it or not, this is happening to a lot of people across the board. In fact, a couple of the love cases that I'm working on is directly this. Somebody, definitely the Four of Pentacles inverted, is somebody trying to commit financial abuse. What's after the Four of Swords? The Death card comes up. Mm. Let's look after the Death card. Five of Swords upright. Yeah, this person. Prince of Swords. Some of you guys may be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. Nine of Swords comes up inverted. I'll show y'all the cards in a minute. The Empress comes up inverted. Definitely dealing with a lot of divine feminines that are dealing with this. And then the Eight of Wands comes up upright. Hold on, give me a second while I lay them all out. Four of Cups upright. King of Wands upright. Princess of Swords inverted. Ten of Pentacles in the inverted position. And then the Seven of Cups. So this has basically pretty much been ongoing for a lot of you guys. I felt like I was almost going to see an ending. But it's not. Let me show you guys. So right here is where that Nine of Swords just says to me that the internet, that this person is utilizing the internet to try to stay attached to you. Phone calls, harassing phone calls, trying to bully you, trying to block you. Wow, I thought I was the only one. Attacking and making contact with family members, threatening your family, calling your job, spreading rumors. That's what that Prince of Swords is inverted. He's a liar, or she's a liar. Somebody lying big time. Okay. Now, what I can see definitely is the reason why you want nothing to do with that person is because they are abusive. And also, it's something wrong with that person mentally. Mentally and emotional. The person has mental and emotional problems. See that Four of Cups? Now, this King of Wands is in the upright position. So this is an ally. This is an ancestor that is literally at that person's throat. It's definitely a war going on. If you guys don't know, that King of Wands is a very powerful energy that's connected to Sagittarius, Jupiter, a very powerful energy. Also, this Queen of Pentacles is a Capricorn connected to Saturn. Is definitely standing in the way. The thing of it is that there's a negative cycle that just keeps playing out. And a lot of you guys really have to let go of the emotional aspect of it. Okay, you cannot let that person sit there, and they're definitely squatting. They're definitely squatting. And then also, I feel like a lot of you guys are attempting to cord cut, but your cord cuttings are too weak. Okay, you have to use something more than just candles and a cord. Okay, you have to use stones for that. By the way, you have to use a stone that has most hardness, which I believe that the hardest stone that I can think of would be moonstone or either quartz. Okay, and you have to know how to do your cord cuttings with stones. And you have to start working with more crystals, more stones. Okay. Now, the thing of it is that the reason why a lot of you guys are becoming ungrounded every single time this person attempts to communicate with you, every single time the person brings down your vibrations. They're literally bringing down your vibrations. And it is because it's not strong enough. Okay. Keeping a vigil candle isn't even working. It's not going to do it. So if you are utilizing, because even when people are doing mundane stuff, you can actually utilize spiritual work to deal with mundane, because mundane things can sometimes have disastrous effects over on you. People doing mundane things like lying. Okay, a lot of people are utilizing AI technology. Okay, there are some of them that are even producing revenge porn using AI. Okay, now, let's throw a few more oracle cards. So this is definitely what a lot of you guys apparently are dealing with. Somebody that doesn't want to let you go. The death card and the five of swords back to back like that means that this person is probably more than likely sending death threats. Let me throw five more cards from the tarot. Eight of Pentacles upright, Queen of Cups inverted, the Chariot upright, the Princess of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So again, this person, psychotic, they're not going to stop. A lot of you guys are at least, I'd say, 4 months to 4 years in. The number 4 comes up back to back. It's been probably 4 to 5 months or up to 4 to 5 years. Just FYI, a lot of people will make an assumption that it's just going to stop, and it's not. That person is never going to stop until they're dead. Something wrong with that person. Okay. They don't have a good karma. They don't have a good karmic outlook on life. Okay. This is the reason why this karma card comes up. Okay. This is the reason why that card comes up. Okay. Now, the one thing I can tell y'all, those of you that are, a lot of you guys want to move on. A lot of you guys are not, because, if you're a person that has said, I don't trust nobody, I'm done with life, then they got you. Okay. But I feel like there's a lot of you guys that are now ready to move on. A lot of you guys have decided that you're not going to, give up on love and life. You're not going to give up, which is exactly what that person wants you to do. Okay. Um, what do you see in the outcome for whoever it is that's listening to this reading? What do you see the outcome being for the next 3 months? June, July, August, up until the fall equinox. Thank you. Okay. Yep. Two of Cups comes up upright. Either you're in love with somebody else or you are loving on yourself. But the Four of Wands does come up inverted. The Fool card comes up in the upright position. The Two of Wands comes up inverted. Queen of Wands, and then Ten of Cups. Unfortunately, there's a lot of you guys that are in this situation. And unfortunately, this person is going to tear down and destroy your relationship. And a lot of you guys are going to decide to allow that to happen, but they're still gonna. Ten of Cups inverted. Mm-mm. That Ten of Cups is inverted. Four of Wands is connected to Aries and Mars. You guys know you cannot let that happen. Okay? Do not let that happen. Okay? Queen of Wands came up saying, do not let that happen. What are you seeing the outcome being from the Love Oracle? There's quite a bit of manipulation that is happening with your new relationship with somebody. What messages do you have as far as the outcome from the Love Oracle? Hoping upright, fantasy upright, clinging inverted. Yeah, no. Longing in the upright position. Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm. This person is definitely going to end up driving a wedge between you and whoever it is. And if it's not another person, if it's not a love interest, they're going to drive a wedge between you and yourself. That longing card is all about limerence and craving and aching and wanting. The clinging card is this stupid ass person or people, because I do feel like it is a group. Narcissistic stalkers, they don't work alone anymore. They're always in a group. They're all, hey Christian, thank you, honey. They're always in a group. Okay. Now, if you're doing the right thing, I feel like that Ten of Cups could possibly be connected to the fact that you're going to destroy them. But the cards here is just saying, and this is going up to the fall equinox is on September the 22nd. And to get these cards, it means that, that Ten of Cups in the inverted position is still a negative cycle playing out. A lot of you guys need cord cuttings, permanent cord cuttings, and it does not matter. That person may be calling. You need to not let them affect you. You need to put up your protection. Stop letting them affect you. Don't let them affect you emotionally. A lot of you guys are letting them affect you emotionally. Don't do that. Let's look a little bit at the person, because I feel like a lot of you guys are in love. How does that person feel? Whoever this message is for. How is that new person feeling? Or how is the person feeling? Because some of you guys are not in relationships or involvements. This may be how you're feeling about yourself. Okay. So the silence card comes up inverted. Past life comes up. Repeated patterns, karmic lessons, and deja vu. The bluff card comes up, and the loyalty card comes up in the inverted position. That's not good. Also, on a side note, I can see that a lot of you guys, whoever they are, the bastards have done a freezer spell on you, a baneful freezer working. This is one of the reasons why you can't move forward. A baneful freezer spell has been used on you. Okay. So if you guys are wondering what the fuck is going on, okay, it's a I like what I've been seeing lately is people doing baneful freezer spells and putting little poppets in them to keep you frozen and to keep you stuck. So y'all need to remove that. Y'all need to remove that. And you guys do need spiritual wards for that, because stalkers have been utilizing witchcraft a lot. Past life comes up. A lot of you guys are kind of stuck in the past and you're playing along. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Please stop. Loyalty card comes up in the inverted position, meaning that you guys have lost trust for other people. That's exactly what they want. You've got to break that pattern. What's after the loyalty card? The soulmates card comes up inverted, which means that a lot of you guys, the person that is doing that feels a false connection with you. It's a false connection with whoever this fucking person is. However, you are dealing with your soulmate. Okay. The 1 day card comes up inverted. The sorrow card comes up in the upright position. And then the second chance card comes up inverted. Okay. So what that is telling me is that, you are allowing that situation to manipulate your love life and your future. And then also depression. That's probably about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning. I gathered up as many of my sunstones as possible. Pyrite, citrine, all of that, because that person, whoever this is, it's a lot of negativity, a lot of negativity, a lot of negative energy that this person is sending to you and causing within you. You need to uplift yourself. You need to really, really, really do some healing, because even though you're not, some of y'all are not, some of y'all are hopeful, but some of y'all are stuck in a place of loss and grief and you don't even want to try anymore. A lot of you guys have literally let it take over you. This is literally now, this could be the other person that you're dealing with. Okay, they definitely have unhealthy attachments too. So there's unhealthy attachments on both sides. Let's see what the next 4 cards is that comes up. The perspective card comes up inverted. The confessions card comes up inverted. The influences card comes up upright, and the commitment card comes up. So this is basically where whatever this is from the past, it's stopping a commitment from being made. Okay. And it's causing a lot of issues. Now, if you're alone and you're not in a relationship with anybody else yet, then this is what's happening with you. Okay, you're literally in a place of like, I don't care. Okay, and the crazy part about it is that I have not seen any witchcraft cards come up. Some of the clients that I'm working with right now have full-fledged, very powerful witchcraft that's being utilized. Um, Whoever I'm reading for now, you have a lot of mundane activity that's happening. A lot of the mundane. I haven't seen any of my cards that I'm seeing a lot of manipulation. I'm seeing a lot of falsehoods. I'm seeing a lot of lies, but I'm not seeing any type of witchcraft. So that would actually, that now I will tell you that I do feel that a lot of you guys are very empathic and you're mirroring with the wrong person. And then some of you guys are thinking that this other person, that they are karmic or a twin flame. Stop thinking that way. That person that's doing that to you has no connection to you. They want a connection. They're trying to form a bond. Thank you, Lenny Pretty. Thank you. They're trying to form that bond with you, and you are allowing them. You do not deserve that. You do not deserve that. Okay? What advice do you want to give to people that are going through this? What advice? Now, a lot of y'all are like, I'm not touching witchcraft. I'm not doing it. You're going to have to touch witchcraft, hon. You're going to have to touch witchcraft. Otherwise, you'll be caught up with that for the rest of your life, especially if it's male to female. If a male is doing that to a female, you're screwed McGrew, because men already have somewhat of a toxic energy when it comes to women. However, if you are a male that this is happening to, the heifer done went and got some work put on you. She has, to keep you in bondage, to bind you. Okay? What advice do you want to give to the people today? I can't believe I'm seeing this. But you know what? Like I said, the few love cases that I'm working on, this is exactly what's happening. Okay? So the advice, the Fool card comes up inverted. The Two of Wands comes up upright. Ten of Wands comes up upright. Prince of Swords comes up upright. The Five of Swords comes up in the inverted position. The Five of Pentacles comes up inverted. And Nine of Pentacles comes up upright. Two of Swords comes up inverted. I'm about to just come all out with it when it comes to spirit, okay? And it's a lot. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. First of all, you don't have, this is Aquarius energy. There's a bounty that's been put on your head. So the shit that you're dealing with ain't even real love anyway. That's why that Five of Pentacles comes up inverted with this person from the past. You need to stand in your power. You need fire energy. Okay? Somehow the situation has somehow woken up family curses. Some of you guys have already overcame family curses, but it's woken it up. A lot of you guys are not responding. Big mistake. You need to speak out. You need to speak out. You need to quit being afraid of that person. You need to speak out now. But then again, also another thing, there is some what I'm seeing is that there is some spiritual work that is being done to negate the police. So a lot of you guys need to start now by reporting the harassment. There's definitely some harassment that's happening. Y'all need to do something. Y'all need to report that to the police. Also, another thing, There's stuff being thrown at your job that you need to protect your job. And you definitely need to protect your relationship if you have a new relationship. I feel like a lot of you guys have new relationships. Definitely can see that there's some stuff that's been put into place for that relationship to fall around the fall equinox. So uh we actually over here at Divine Services Apothecary, we've set goals and put things into place for every solstice. Okay, so that's what we do now. We look at every solstice as well as every holiday, and we put things into place. I do have that ward, but more specifically for the solstice. Okay. Also, there's a lot of you guys that a couple of your enemies are taking you to the crossroads, and you can shut that down. There's some crossroads work that has been done on you. And to be honest with you, even when it's unjustified, it doesn't matter. You're dealing with a lot of spiritual anarchy right now. Like, that's just the wave of the world these days, okay? Hey, Noriel. You said police told me I harassed them because I called over 2 times about the same issue they don't want to solve. Um, um, get in contact with me, okay? Your local police should be supporting you. And no, you don't want to leave it. I'm going to tell you something. Many of them are corrupted. Many of them are corrupted. You can't depend on them. You can't. Now, what I will tell you is that a lot of you guys, if you're feeling blocked, these are all the energies that you need to unblock yourself. Um, Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Damn it, why don't I have my other phone out here? Need to get y'all some black obsidian, black onyx. Y'all need stones. Y'all don't have enough stones. Going and buying one stone is not going to do it. This is a lot. This is a lot of burden that's being put on you by whoever this person is. That Four of Pentacles. Notice how it kind of looks like a jail, but it's a house. See, a lot of you guys need to protect your house. There needs to be some kind of house protection. Now, remember the ward that I did the other day? The one that I showed y'all, the granddaddy of all wards? Some of your enemies are trying to do the same thing, to where they're trying to take down your wards, but they don't have the authority to do that. So the reason why I have the authority to cancel out people's wards and their protection is because I am a priestess. So they're trying to take away your protection. They're trying, but they really can't do it. They really don't know how. They don't have they don't have the spiritual power or the authority, but they're trying. And basically what they're doing is just being really messy. Some of y'all even have people trying to conjure up biblical curses on you. When people try to do stuff like that, don't be afraid. Like, there have been a lot of people that have been afflicted by biblical curses before. It doesn't mean that you have to go down like that. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, and you guys have to understand that when something is being pitted against you, it is that person's personal power. It has nothing to do with God. Quit getting mad at God. That person is utilizing their intention and their spiritual gifts against you. They do need to be binded, and they can be. They can be binded. Okay. Now, am I looking at a situation to where a person, I feel like we've gotten past all the energy harvesting. They some of them have tried to stop that, but I feel like with that full card coming up inverted, the person is trying to take away your identity. So you have to take back your identity. It's called a spiritual identity theft that you have to deal with spiritually. Your identity. Okay? And you got to do work. You have to do work. It's not just going to happen. It's not just going to happen out of the blue. You see this Nine of Wands right here? This is when you're defending your own honor. But then again, a lot of you guys need to clear that person's energy off of you. And a lot of you guys are fighting for freedom from that oppression. But at the same time, simultaneously, you have to do work. So remember when I told you guys that if you're trying to break free of another man and you have a good man in your life and you're trying to break free of a bad one, you have to, at the same time, not even at the same time, you have to keep the bond with the person that you want at the same time. So don't go and do a cord cutting and just leave it like that. Don't go and do that. Do whatever you know to do to solidify that relationship with the person that you want to be with, because otherwise what the it's you've got yourself an entanglement. Let's see what's after that. Four of Cups inverted. I haven't found the three. So I feel like a lot of you guys have possibly successfully undid the intertwining. Because I talked to y'all about that. Remember they began attacking me after that. Thank you. Thank you, Tina the Hut. Thank you. Remember I told you guys about that. If you're trying to unbind yourself from another person, at the same time, you have to be very specific to keep yourself bonded to the new person. Okay? You can't just leave it open like that. And then also you need to do a cord cutting. Cord cutting needs to be done immediately, but your cord cuttings are not strong enough. They're not. It's all going up in smoke. You have to have a solid cord cutting. Solid. Okay? You're lacking in crystals and stones too. Y'all don't have enough. Notice how most of the earth cards are inverted. Five of Pentacles is inverted. Queen of Pentacles is inverted. The Three of Pentacles is in the upright position. Four of Pentacles is in the upright position. But I feel like that's one of the things that you guys are lacking in earth energy. You need crystals and stones. And you need to know how to charge them. You need to know how to charge them. It's a stone wall ritual. You know how they tell you to stone wall narcissists? Well, if you're dealing with narcissistic spell work, you have to think of it in the same way. You have to have stones and crystals. And you have to have a lot of them. You can't just have one. They can be used for many, many different reasons. And then also, a lot of you guys need those altars, okay? You don't want you don't want to just have like the stone altar and then take it down. You want to keep it. There's this really cool vlogger. on TikTok, and I don't want to say her name, but because I don't, some of these trolls and stuff been went and hated on her. They probably wouldn't, but because she's not black. But she makes these altars, and she uses epoxy resin to keep them in place. And so that's actually a very good idea to do that, especially if it's something that you have fixed. So I'm actually going to start doing that, using epoxy resin to make these altars for people to keep stuff like that put into place. You can use glue, okay, if you don't have epoxy resin. I would use glue in the meantime, but you want to have it in a space to where intervally you can burn certain things, candles, but there's a time and a place for everything. So that's why a lot of people end up having, magic not work for them, because you're not doing things at the right time, and you're not doing things at, certain things, you know what I'm saying, at certain times. Like, you're not pre-planning. That's just like what we've done over here. We've already pre-planned the summer solstice. We already pre-planned Lugnasada. We already pre-planned the fall equinox. We've already pre-planned the Day of the Dead, or Old Hallows Eve. We've already pre-planned the winter solstice, which is um, the Christmas time. I don't know why I can't think of the other word for it, but we've already pre-planned that stuff. We've already put things into place already in advance. Okay, so that's what we've done over here. That is what my clients pay for, and that's why they pay me. They don't pay me to sit around and argue with people on the damn internet and gossip. They pay me for quality work. Okay, and so we're also going to do it for the next decade. It can be for a lifetime, but we like to actually do the work, especially with the Witches' New Year coming up. A lot of work has been put around that. We've already pre-planned. The retrogrades have already been covered. Okay, that all that has already been done. Okay, for 2026. When you look back on the solstices and the holidays that have already passed, we did that months ago, the whole year. Okay, putting things into place for that. We've done it. So, and if it's something that you needed to hear as far as with your magic, then you're welcome. Not for the enemies. Everything that the enemies do are gonna fall, and it's mainly because they are doing things for fraudulent reasons. It's not real. We're not gonna allow them to destroy real love and real things and real happiness and real peace and real joy with their fake. We're not gonna let them do it. God is not gonna let them do it. But God is giving you the resources. God is giving you the resources to fight it. Now, a lot of people may say, well, that's witchcraft. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I think that a lot of people need to stop being confused about that. I mean, I personally do not think that the God, is all that opposing to witchcraft. That's just my personal opinion. I think that the reason why that was done to begin with is because they didn't want you to empower yourself. They didn't want people to be empowered. Keep in mind that The Bible was written by kings who wanted control over everybody. And it's nothing wrong with, I'm not saying anything negative about my religious people. My lover, my husband, my twin, my everything. He is a religious man and I love him. And, whatever it is that needs to be done on my end, I'm going to do it. As a woman, that's my job as a woman. I'm not going to do anything evil to him ever, ever, no matter what he does. He's never got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? My loved ones either. But, it's nothing wrong with, taking the knowledge that has been given to you to help you, okay, to succeed because people will just keep tearing you down. As you guys can see, that person is all up in your energy. 4 cups, all in your energy, refuses to go, refuses to go. Okay, and Queen of Pentacles is saying that don't even have nothing to do with you. That don't have nothing to do with you. That's not your destiny. That's not your destiny, hon. This is not God. The Fool card is saying that you're being lied to. That's not God's judgment. That's not what God wanted for you. No, no, God didn't do that. God is saying that. God is saying, no, that's not what I wanted for you. I want you to have happiness. Let's see. Let's get a quick message from your ancestors and what they have to say about it. Messages from the ancestors for whoever is watching this that is to receive this message. The Chariot comes up inverted. They're acknowledging the obstacles. The Princess of Cups comes up. The illusions that are being drawn for you, that's an obstacle. The fact that whoever it is, a practitioner that is definitely utilizing Pisces moons and Cancer moons. You got to cover all those bases. But you come to me and I do the work for you. Please don't ever like do me dirty. I've had people do that. I've done fantastic work for people and they just kind of did me dirty. Don't do that. Like, take it as a blessing and go on and be happy. Okay? Be happy in life. Okay? The Sun card comes up upright. This is a manifestation of either a departed mother or father, stating that those tower moments, they're definitely being artificially created. 7 of Swords. Yep. 7 of Swords comes up in the inverted position. What else? Okay, Queen of Cups comes up upright. 8 of Pentacles comes up in the inverted position. Princess of Pentacles comes up, which I believe that the princess in this particular deck is the page or the knight. But that lets you know that, black magic is being done to manipulate your destiny. Okay. 2 of Cups inverted. A lot of you guys need to tend to your heart. That they're warning you. There's definitely very powerful ancestors that are coming forward that is warning you about the health of your heart. Some of y'all need to get out of relationships with fake people too, because it's fake love. Fake love is gonna destroy the heart. You deserve something better than that. The 10 of Cups comes up in the upright position. Mm-hmm. So they're recognizing the obstacles. And that's a lot. The chariot is a major arcana. That's a lot. That's a lot of thought and work being, also another thing, the Eight of Pentacles, they are saying that there's some people in this world that they just don't choose to live a real life. They don't choose to have anything real. They choose fake. They choose the path that nobody wants. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be in a fake relationship for money. Girl, bye. No, who wants to stay? Why would you stay in a fake situation for money? You can make your own money. Then also another thing they're saying is that there's somebody out there for you better. So a lot of you guys do have situations to where you feel trapped and you can't move forward. And again, there is factually, I'm seeing selenite programmed. Somebody knew what the fuck they was doing. Selenite programmed to keep you blocked, and it is in a fucking freezer jar. Y'all need to handle those freezer jars. They got you in a jar in the freezer. Baneful freezer spells. Uranus. Sub-zero temperatures. Uranus is a very, very cold, cold planet. Ice. Ice. Y'all need to melt that ice. You need to have a full workup of this stuff. A full workup. Something as simple as a baneful freezer spell is destroying you. They even use dry ice and all kinds of stuff, they're using all kinds of stuff. What's that one stuff? You can actually buy that stuff on Amazon. That stuff that freezes stuff, liquid nitrogen. They're using liquid nitrogen for freezer spells, but a lot of them have blown up their freezer. They're freaking idiots. They're trying to think of new ways to hurt people. Some of them have injured themselves. And then also there's spirit work that's being done. I'm not seeing necessarily necromancy, but more so sympathetic, intentional magic that is being done, but then also very mundane things being done also, which would be like emotional abuse. And that's what you're attached to. Okay, and you need to detach yourself from that. You have got to have, notice how there is a cord. They still have cords to you. Okay, and again, there's the Eight of Pentacles. You need work done that is going to use stone magic. You need stone cord cuttings. It's not just about having a fancy pair of scissors. You need stones. Okay, that's how I do my cord cuttings, is with stones. Okay. Yes, I do use herbs. Yes, I do use candles, but you also need stones because they're blocking you. Also, they're blocking you. Some of y'all even live in the same house with people that are blocking you. It's pretty disgusting. It is. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that. Um, like I said, I have a couple of client cases where the person just will not let go. The more and the more, the way we got it, anybody that won't let go, they binding themselves. They're binding themselves to themselves. For a person trying to bind you up and bound you to them, knowing that you don't want to be with them, they just doing it to themselves. Okay. So, some of this stuff, and then also they are working with the solstices and the Sabbats. Um, and they really shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be, but they're able to do that. They've gotten it in their minds that they can do that. And then they can go and run back to religion. And they're not being allowed to do that, because I did tell y'all that that's one of the reasons why they've been hexing and trying to hex and curse Hecate, because they look at her as somebody that's gatekeeping. She's not allowing their spell work to go through. But that doesn't mean that the conditions that they've already put on you don't need to be removed. They still need to be removed. Because witchcraft is being gatekeeped at this point. The whole thing is being gatekeeped. People that are, you know what I'm saying, like it, and it depends on your relationship with it. Depends on your relationship. For me personally, over here at Divine Services, and then in my personal life, witchcraft is being gatekept. You can't use any witchcraft on me, and I don't even I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Okay. So anyway, that's you guys' reading. Thank you so much for the love and the thumbs up. Again, if you guys want personal private readings or consultations, doesn't matter what folks are doing, ignore those people. They're going to literally take years and years of your life trying to be interesting. Talking about, hey, look at me, listen at this. Stop it. Stop it. There have been a lot of people that are mad at me right now because of people in social media that captivated them and captured their attention. And now all of a sudden it's my fault, because I'm supposed to tell a bunch of grown people what to do, and I'm supposed to control a bunch of grown people that are digging their own graves. Okay. So you guys can visit divineservicesapothecary.com. Everything is safe and secure. Nobody can see you. Nobody has access to my clients. In fact, we did extra work on these people that try to do astral travel, remote viewing. We've blocked them out and we've blinded them. They cannot see or tap into anything. They're done. Okay. So you guys are more than welcome to contact me. Okay. Peace and love to you guys. Have a happy summer solstice. Okay. I'm not running any specials. Mini reads are 44, full hour reads are 88. I'm not running any specials. I can't afford to do that. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.